Not
Folks,
yet. Ah,
the Home Alone face. Folks, hello and welcome to Triple D Dungeons, Dragons, and Discourse. I am half of your host with the mostest. I am Eric Tenkar. And with me, as generally speaking, on the odd Fridays of the month, is none
is
other
the odd guy.
is the odd guy, Glenn Hallstrom.
Hallstrom, really, but that's okay.
Hallstrom, Hallstrom.
He's from New York. It's
I'm
okay.
from New York. I don't even say my own last name properly. I mean, it should in proper Gautier, it's Stina, but I go Stina because I'm a New Yorker. You know,
I used to say Stein.
yeah, I answer that. I say Stein when I go to doctor's offices.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Eric Stein, because if you say Stina, they can't find it. Stein. Oh yeah, Stein spelled a little strange. Yeah, that's me.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So how you been there, Eric?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Our daughter-in-law came for a visit yesterday. So, of course, if I was smart the night before, I knew she was coming. I didn't know what time
Uh-huh.
because she flies standby because my son works for one of the
TSA,
airlines.
yeah.
And well, she works for the TSA, but he works for one of the airlines.
Gotcha.
And I threw the extra bolt, the inside bolt, and then of course I get the phone call. I think you threw the bolt. I go, oh, I guess I got to get out of bed and let you in. Oh, jeez. Uh, we had a Hamlet bound. You pronounce it Tavin. I understand that. It's a name that starts with an S. Yes, Fugly. Thank you. Oh, so by the way, I literally right
Show him.
right before the show, I'm going to do a little show and tell. So Don Samora last night told me about this. Now, this is the first three books of Dragonlance in a very nice hardcover. As I think Bill Webb would probably say, it'll stop a bullet. But it's a very nice. It's got pages and everything. It's a
No, a
30.
book with pages? Wow.
I know, a book with pages. So it's a $35 book normally. Amazon has it for $18.51. It's actually cheaper than the paperback version, which
That's pretty good, actually.
yeah, the paperback version is 35. I don't know why you'd want the paperback version. But yeah, this is what this is the Dragonlance that I started with. So,
Old one?
and my books are all gone. They got lost in a purge of I need space and all that stuff went into the recycling. But should look nice on the shelf. There's an
Oh, yeah.
affiliate link. It's an affiliate link. So if you make the purchase down below, yes, you'll help support this channel.
He gets some bucks.
I get some bucks. Bucks is bucks. And
I could use some bucks, too. I need a part-time job, man. I really do.
well, if anybody has a part-time job for Glenn, and that's hey,
Yeah,
listen,
I mean, I really do want to go to the cons next year. So, and Social Security just barely covers it. So
Uh-huh.
I've got to do something there. I don't know, either illustration. I've been going for data entry.
ooh,
Yeah, I do illustration. You know, the voice thing. Don still wants to use my voice. So
yes.
we'll see how that goes. Mike, I'm putting you on notice. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to make the 2026 North Texas.
Uh-oh.
I may get to the point where it's either that or WizardCon. I might have to make a choice.
Uh-oh,
So,
Mike.
so
Mike,
like I said, if I don't start earning some money pretty soon, I can go to no cons.
oh,
So
we
anyway,
can
hello,
always sell your sexual services. I'm just joking. Just joking. Yeah,
I'd make more money with my soul.
well, my soul was already sold at North Texas. Probably a number of times.
Sold to Satan, who is Mike.
Yeah, sold by Satan, yes.
Mhm.
I'm going to catch up on the comments real quick. Hi to Mike. Hi to Hamlet Bound. Fugly. Hamlet Bound. It's $18.51. I literally got it next day shipping. Don mentioned it last night. And I think Don got, like, his were signed. Mine's not signed. I didn't expect it to be. It's a great value just for what it is.
Oh, why not? Vanishing Tower. He wants to create a Pirate Monkey Robots campaign.
Pirate Monkey Robots campaign, or will I need to get Guardians and
Okay, Guardians is a supers game, and Warriors of the Red Planet is basically John Carter.
yeah, that's the great thing about it's you know what? No, Don, mine is not signed. You got like you got lucky. So here, I'll not signed, unless like I want to sign it, and then not signed. But still a great value at 1851. I'm very happy with it.
Clint, if I do go and I really want to go, I will run another Ghostbusters. I got another Ghostbusters game, actually, yeah.
So,
another Tim Snyder Ghostbusters game.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was good last year, wasn't it? This year.
Yes. We had a blast last year.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Yeah, Don, you got the lotto winner, okay? So, don't listen. I've won my little lottery stuff back in the early days of Woot. If you don't know what Woot is, it's a discount site that's now owned by Amazon. 1 in 100 orders was getting a free robot kit thing. I was one of those 1 in 100. And man, I took it right to work, and we played with it at work in our office. I had a very understanding lieutenant. Vanishing Tower Press. I'm just thinking the other two products might have some interesting mechanics, which would help with the idea.
Well, remember, it's all based on white box.
Yeah, so I mean, really shouldn't.
Guardians takes kind of a liberty with white box, but it's still white box. You build powers on top of the main stuff, the regular stuff. Because, and I'm thinking like for the robots part of that, it might help out. Use the superpowers as programs and, that kind of thing, robot abilities.
Okay.
Especially if it's giant robots. Yeah.
Robots.
Macron.
Always robots. So, Mike's saying you better attend next year.
I will try. I've already got my badge.
Only got the badge.
It's just the rest of the stuff. I got to talk to Jason about that. Anyway, but I'm thrilled to go there. I'm thrilled to be at WizardCon. I'm really looking forward to WizardCon because I'm going to be able to meet people I don't ordinarily get to meet down south here in the Dallas area. So,
but Don had a game submitted to him called Dungeons and Drag Queens. I can only imagine. I'm not even sure if I want to imagine. Oh, by the way, Don announced the Peaky Blinders RPG on the live stream yesterday.
Really?
Yes, and it's going to be using the Open D6 system. Just saying.
Ooh. You probably do, Mike.
Go fun, Glenn.
Yeah, I'm not proud. I just couldn't. I thought of doing it myself, but I just couldn't justify it in my mind. It's like this is for people who have medical problems or accidents or something like that. So I didn't want to, sully that. If you know what I mean.
Decado, welcome.
Tickets going okay. I guess WizardCon 2 tickets going on sale this weekend.
Very nice. It was a lot of fun last year. It's going to be more fun this year.
Yeah.
Glenn gets free.
I mean, I got this year at WizardCon. I got a badge. I got a room. All I need to do is get my butt there, and that's what I'm concentrating on. The flight.
Okay. So you got to head north from Oklahoma.
By the way, how is Battle Creek at around end of April?
It wasn't. You know what? The mornings were cool, but I handle cold pretty well, so I was walking
Mhm.
out to my car without putting a jacket on.
Well, you're from New York. That's why.
All right. Yeah, you're from the Okie state. I understand that.
We get it here too, but I'm not from the Okie state. I'm from California.
Oh.
Where it
That's
doesn't really get all that cold.
I guess not unless you're in like what the.
But I've been here for 25 years. Boy, did I learn.
Yeah. Oklahoma has seasons, right? I mean, winter
They
doesn't
do.
last a long time, but you do have a
See,
winter season.
winter here, winter here is mainly cold. Okay. We're lucky if we get one snow day, but it sure feels like that out there because it really gets down here. Um, and, just that's the thing we deal with. We might get an ice storm occasionally, but that's about it. You know, we just got to sit here and freeze until spring comes.
I don't know, man. That's that. You want cold, you got to go up to the Poconos in the middle of winter time.
See,
When the high temperature is for a couple of days straight will be single digits. And you're looking
to
at
you,
yeah, and I'm fine with that. When if you want a nice scene, you look at the dining room window and you look at the frost on the window and you
uh-huh.
try to say it's like looking at clouds, but instead you're looking at ice crystals forming on the window. You know,
Oklahoma
Oklahoma doesn't
Lily,
lie.
like or what?
I
It must be. It must be.
You're confusing me, Fugly. You're
It's
confusing me.
yeah. Autocorrect strikes again. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna chalk it up to autocorrect.
Well, that's what we'll have to do. Victory Lane Exotics Bill. WizardCon is in Battle Creek. It's in Battle Creek this year.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. And the 26th, I'm going to try and get there the day before and stay until the day after.
That's the way to do it. I really
Because
do.
the last day of the con is my birthday. So,
Oh, we'll have to make a very special celebration. By the way, welcome, Roger. Good to see you.
hey, Raj.
Roger runs Central New York Con, another great new con. So this has been a
Mhm.
good year for new cons. You know, but as an aside, I got invited to be a special guest at a con up in Massachusetts, literally the weekend after WizardCon, and I can't do the back to back cons like that all the time, and it just wouldn't work out. But I really do appreciate the invites.
Yeah,
Wow.
you got more chance of Eric going if it's within driving distance.
And that would have been in driving distance. It would be two long drives, 2 weekends in a row, and it also means having to get making sure that I got accommodations for our kitty and our puppy. You know,
I heard that.
So I mean, the puppy would be less puppyish by next year.
We
But
got a short trip to New Mexico this year, about 4 days, 4 or 5 days, and my son came over and watched the dog for us. So
okay,
he's about 30 miles away. No problem for him.
all right, that works. I mean,
About 45 minutes, an hour away, something like that. We're in Chickasha. He's in Lawton.
uh,
Ah, Pelican.
Pelican in Galveston, Texas.
Way down south. I mean, we're talking like Galveston and yeah, I can't even think.
Isn't Galveston like on the Gulf or something like
Yeah,
that?
it's in the bottom of the Gulf.
Uh,
In
see,
fact, I believe Galveston is like a small island right off the coast of the Gulf.
I don't know my Texas geography because Texas is larger than like most of Europe combined, but I
Mhm.
understand some of it.
It's an 8-hour drive for me from
I
here
could do that. Oh my God.
because Texas is large, and also since I'm in the Oklahoma City area, I'm pretty much in the middle of Oklahoma.
Okay.
So, yeah, every, you know, any direction, it's like, I got to get away from Oklahoma first.
See, great old ones, south of Houston, and see, in New York we have Houston, spelled the same way, but Houston Street should be really Houston Street. I don't know why it's Houston, and we have Soho, south of Houston.
Is
Uh,
that what it is?
hmm
South of how? I didn't know Soho. I always thought Soho was like named after some town in England or something.
It certainly sounds like it, right? Because
Yeah.
but no.
Corpus, yeah. South Padre, Corpus, and Galveston, that whole area down there. That's a hell of a nice place for a con. I'll say it. I'll tell you. As long as you're
Uh,
doing it in the spring and summer.
Yep. Adino, I missed Dragon Magazine and the con schedule that was always in there. Is there something online that lists good cons?
That's a good question.
I was trying to put that list together earlier this year, and then it overwhelmed me because and when you say good cons, just the number of gaming cons out there,
Mhm.
you can go on to tabletop events and you can plug into that and you'll get an idea. But to be able to maintain that type of a list, somebody with more free time than I have, and yes, I'm retired. Trust me, free time does not
Me
equal
too.
retirement. Uh, where do we find WizardCon details? I live in South Haven, grew up in Kalamazoo. Well,
Yeah.
Don, you'll have to. Actually, I think yeah, Don, if there's a site, you can send it to me on Facebook PM, and I'll put it up. But yeah, no, WizardCon was fun last year. CNY was great last year. There's just a lot of new cons in the gaming scene that are geared toward old school gamers. Okay, and I don't want to say OSR because they're playing more than quote dead versions of D&D. We played Ghostbusters, Gangbusters.
Gangbusters,
They have,
anything. I
and,
mean,
pretty much anything prior to D&D 2024.
yeah, like a D6 Star Wars is popular.
Yes, which and even if they're not, again, I like the open
Top
D6
Secret.
system. It
Yeah.
balances. It's easy to create for because it's easier to balance for. Level systems are hard to get experienced players and new players in the same group going because who wants to adventure as a first level character with a group of 6 level PCs?
Right.
But you can do that with OpenD6.
Okay.
All right, so the website goes live this weekend. Yes, Don's going to send me the address, and I will put it up.
Dawn. It's been a
And
while.
listen, Thursday nights, 8 p.m., not just on this channel, but on Don's channel, we do a live stream. You can check out the live stream. We'll have more details on WizardCon and upcoming projects from Wizard Tower Publishing.
I want to.
So Don just sent it to me, so I will put it up here.
Thank you, Don. Now, what was I going to say? Oh, okay. Don, can I submit a game?
No, you cannot submit a game. No.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do when you?
You're not allowed.
Oh,
Sorry, you're denied.
well, it won't be allowed. I'll make it quiet.
Oh, wait.
Boom. I want to. Hey, last night you had a live stream, right?
Yep.
With Joe the lawyer.
No. Joe the lawyer's live stream was Sunday night.
No, I mean he had an announcement on Facebook saying, "Hey, I'm going to be on tonight." And it was Thursday. I'm going to be on you guys' podcast.
No.
It said Talking Crit, and I said, "Wait a minute, Talking Crit."
Oh, he was on Wednesday. Yeah, he was on Wednesday. You're right.
Okay, so he got it wrong. He got the day wrong. Okay.
He's a little confused sometimes.
Never mind. Thank you, Don.
You know, when you take the adult substances, you can get a little fish on
Very adult substances.
very adult substances that are legal in certain states and not legal in others.
So, should we talk about the gaming community? Is there any kind of news we need? By the way, I call the show Triple D instead of Dungeons, Dragons, and Discourse. There's a reason, because there's already a YouTube channel that is Dungeons and Discourse,
Right.
and I don't want to get it confused. In fact, I like her
But you know,
channel. She's very entertaining.
but the thing is, now Dungeons and Discourse was Greg Gillespie's blog back in the day.
That too.
So it wasn't even like she took something totally new or we did.
Yeah.
You know, we're all influenced by others. So, new stuff going on in the gaming world, and there's a lot of little things to get covered. It looks like Satine Phoenix is doing her rehabilitation tour. I'm gonna have to sit. I know Mike already sat through the video. I know Don did. I got to sit through this video. I need alcohol to do it. I know that already. And I need some disinfectant wipes just to make sure I don't catch anything from watching it. But pretty much, I think she blames everybody but herself for her project's failure. Not failure to fund. They took the money.
Okay. Refresh my memory on this project.
Was it Sirens of the Bards or whatever it was? There was a Kickstarter with her and her now ex-husband Jameson, who is now used to be Jameson Stone, but is now Jameson Light, because they are the light for the world. Yes, Mike.
Only
Mike,
half as obnoxious as regular YouTube gaming people.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
light. Anyway.
Don wants to do a response video for that one. And Mike, here, listen, I'll throw it out so Glenn doesn't have to. Do you want to come on live and tell everybody your summary, or do you want to type it out? We'll take either one. But if you know,
and we'll take either one, but one of them's easier on your fingers.
One of them you could actually keep your hands off the screen and do whatever the hell you want. But I'm just talking. You know, she was in the industry, is what I'm saying. I don't know what kind of reaction Mike might have had to the edited live stream. By the way, it was an interview, but it appears, from what I understand, to have been edited. We are talking Satine Phoenix, yes, Mr. Gunn. I'm sorry if we are if the pages to your magazine stick together. That's your issue, not ours. Just saying. Mr. Gunn, do you need the disinfectant wipes? All right, Mike, I'll get you an invite. Hold on. Hold on.
Well, take a drink every time she blames someone else. You'll be bombed in 15 minutes.
Oh gosh, golly. Hold on. I think I gotta find Mike in my social media. But I have Mike in like so many different conversation threads.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, Mike's very popular.
I was surprised that she turned up.
You know, here's the thing. I actually had this discussion with my wife Rach earlier today, and my daughter-in-law Casey, because we had a little bit of a drive. We were visiting my sister and my niece, and we were talking about this, and it's like people need to do their rehabilitation tours. Ken Whitman tried doing his rehabilitation tour, coming on the live with Don, Tom, and myself, because they need to cleanse themselves and reinvent themselves and explain why they are pieces of shit. So, and we had oh God, now I'm forgetting his name. The one with the failed businesses left and right, where hope and prayer is not a business plan. I think that's how Jim put it. But now I'm getting old and I'm getting forget it. The interview sucked worse than she did in her older movies. Oh,
Man, oh man.
That wasn't even a dad joke, because a dad wouldn't make a joke like that. That was,
Oy.
and Don says it was heavily edited, much like her performances.
Oh, they did a Kamala 60 Minutes on her. Okay.
Oh God, yeah. But no, you blabbered too. You threw yourself under the bus. Let's fix that. Let's do it again. Do it again. That's throw somebody else under the bus.
Yeah.
How this works?
And then pretend it's live.
So yeah, Mike, you should have an invite. Now
Pretend-
make sure you have pants on, because just saying.
Tell that dog to shut up.
Dog shitting up. Michael.
We had a storm in the area. My internet's going really slow. I'm gonna hope I don't crap out on you here.
It'll be like old times. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna summarize. First of all, the Satine video was over an hour, which is far too long to ask any normal human to sit through. And it was on. I noticed the show. I didn't recognize the show. They only had like 2.1 or 2.7 thousand subscribers, so it was right. small show. But she's starting out small, and I guess she's going to work her way up the ladder of the apology tour. Except it's not an apology tour at all.
Not.
Rehabilitation tour.
It's not an apology tour. But I'm going to sum up to you really easy. She blames Jameson for everything. He stole all the money from the Kickstarter. He stole everything, and he abused her physically, emotionally, every which way a human could abuse it. That's her fault, because that was actually her third marriage, and she made a point of saying the first two marriages that she's still friends with her ex-husbands, but this one he was so awful and terrible, manipulative, that she doesn't ever want to see him again. Yes, apparently that's her explanation. Is he used her, he stole the money for the Kickstarters. No money. There's no money left, and he stole it all, and so she can't pay it back. Although she said she is working on the Kickstarter because apparently it's finished. It was just never printed, from what she said. And if you remember, Eric, this blew up when people who worked on it. Remember, it was a lot of people worked on it when they said they weren't getting paid, and they were also claiming they were abused by both Satine and Jameson.
Yep. I have heard some stories, second and third hand, and these are apparently, from what I've heard, they are serial abusers. But
wow.
I love the fact that they're like two monkeys throwing shit, right? It's like, no, you did it, it's your fault.
But by the way, Don is correct too. They threw so many softballs. I thought it was a softball game because it was obviously curated discussion where she said these subjects are going to be off limits, and I'm only going to talk about this, and this. And matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they were given the questions to ask.
They were.
Well, and let's be honest, okay? You're a channel with barely 2,000 subs. When I looked, it had like 400 plus views. Now, Satine is still somebody who will draw views to your channel. And she is starting small because she can control the narrative. And once she's controlled the narrative, now she can go on to larger shows and say, sure, well, you can see my prior video and see what I said. And then kind of make them go, well, no, I've already answered that. I'll just answer it the same way. So she's already trying to set precedent. Okay, it's... Oh, Roger says that would be a change, as I've never seen anything soft thrown at her.
Oh, man.
Ouch. Come on, man. Come on. These are right over the plate. You can hit it out of the park. Come on.
I keep thinking of this marriage, this couple made in hell would be her and Zach Smith.
No, I think that they actually liked each other a lot. I think that I have no proof for this, but I believe when she became what D&D's community manager or some the face of
Oh yeah,
D&D.
that's right.
My understanding.
That lasts
And
about 30 seconds.
no, it lasted 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, they just didn't renew her contract to that because she was somebody had we lost Mike, but we're gonna get Mike back. Hold
Yeah.
on.
I'm on
You're
my phone.
killing
You're there.
I'm on my phone because there's we had a big storm come through today, and all the communications are kind of weird. But it's much better on my phone.
Okay, no, you look
I
fine.
don't know if I get a picture, but I'll.
No, we don't. That's okay. You look fine without a picture.
You guys were going in and out, in and out, in and out on the.
No, you're fine. But
What were you saying there? What were you saying, Eric?
I'm having a senior moment. Refresh my memory. Oh, refresh my memory. What was I saying?
The face of D&D.
Oh,
So
yes, with the face of D&D. I believe that Zach Smith, because Zach Smith consulted on D&D, what we call it now, 2014. You can't call it 5e. Zach Smith was one of the consultants on 2014. So he and Mike Merles knew each other. My understanding is Zach Smith said, "Hey, I know somebody who'd be perfect, and she's personable and charismatic, and she would be a great face for D&D." And again, my belief, as I have been informed, but I cannot confirm, is that somewhere in her second year of her contract, somebody up the channels at WotC went. Maybe they were surfing porn and went, "Wait a second," or somebody dropped a dime. Like,
I think it was more like I dropped a dime on her and said, "Hey, you know your community member, your community person, the guy that talks to kids and this and that. That she's a porn star, right?" And I think they're like, "Huh?"
Is that right after they found out Zach goes around with porn stars?
No, they knew that.
Half your new guys here do porn, so just let you know here.
So she was not renewed. Okay, and on it, now you think that they might have terminated her contract early? That would again, the talking heads were probably like, "Well, that'll look even worse."
Yeah,
because that means that we are acknowledging the fact that we know we hired a porn star and had to fire her because she was a porn star.
Now they just let the contract expire, correctly?
Yeah, they let it expire. I don't even know if they hired anybody for the position.
I don't think they did.
I think they did away with it. Wasn't like
it was some weird community outreach position, pretty much just made for her. And so,
no, there was one person that did it before that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Kelly Manzanello or something like that.
Oh yeah. She has she worked for she worked for WotC quite a long time, and she was a kind of a fixture, and she was not a porn star either. She was
she wasn't, but but her position was inherited by a porn star, and then the porn star position was done away with.
I will say this: I saw her videos. This is pre Jameson. And I did not think she did a bad job. I thought she did a pretty good job. She was very personable.
Like, time out, Mike. Time out. You saw her videos. Now we need a clarification.
Yeah, what videos?
Her WotC videos.
Okay. That's all. Listen, folks, by the way, my hands are fully visible. Okay.
You can watch her videos online. I'm not going to recommend it because it's just don't do that to yourself. But yeah, just don't do it. I'm not going to hit that softball out of the park. That's too easy. No, her videos, I thought she was very personable. I thought she was effervescent. I mean, she was laughing, funny, stuff. I mean, I thought she did a really good job with that position.
Okay.
But like anything else, and like people who have this fame thrust upon them, I think once she hooked up with Jameson and once she started this stuff, it all went to her head.
No, it went to her head before that because I remember being at GaryCon.
Right.
I'm not sure if it was 2016 or 2017. Mm-hmm. And somebody goes, "Oh, that's Satine Phoenix," and she was surrounded by her unofficial bodyguards,
Right.
so nobody could get to her. And again, I call it her circle of protection from normal people.
Mhm.
And she had her fake fucking elf ears on, and people were fawning over her. And this is before her and Jameson had their faux wedding, before
Right.
the Kickstarter. This was when it was just her. So she was already believing the bullshit about herself
She
early on.
before she started getting way too much into herself, I thought she did a pretty good job with what her purpose was, which was to make be outreach. She's basically community outreach. I'm going to be funny. I'm going to talk about products. I mean, because like I said, look, it's so easy to jump on her, beat her down, and say, "Oh, she was just terrible, terrible." I don't think she always was. I think she had a moment because I remember, like I said, I remember watching, going, "Oh, she's doing a pretty good job. Maybe she can make everybody forget this porn stuff." I mean, she's doing a pretty good job for them. Yeah, I was really shocked that Watsy hired her for that. But I was like, I don't know. She's not doing anything objectionable. She's doing a pretty good job. But once they started getting to where we're going to create all these things, and they got these over the top Kickstarter bullshit thing, everything started just switching to it's all about us and our cult of personality and how kick-ass we are, and you're lucky that we're just around you and we're able to see you at a con and wave at you. And this
We're influencers, damn it.
I don't think you went to the Game Hole Con where she was at, where she and Jameson had a booth, Eric. I don't
No.
this one. They had a booth right up front, and I will say that so they had a booth there, and Jameson and the team were hardly ever at the booth. They spent the entire convention walking around the con with their little bodyguard, group of fawning, people, and they were literally just not available to talk to regular humans. And I don't think that was the point of them having a booth, because if I remember correctly, I think that booth was gifted to them. I don't think they bought it.
Okay. Probably.
With the understanding that you're a special guest, because they were special guests that year at Game Hole.
Right.
Boy, this is a year before all the stuff happened at GaryCon. They were special guests, and as you know, Eric, special guests at cons are supposed to what? They're supposed to mingle with humans.
Yeah.
People and get sign autographs. This and that. They were never. I remember. I think I saw them at their booth twice in 4 days, and the person running the con was not happy about this. I remember this was not happy because they were not fulfilling their obligations and duty as a special guest. They were not being easy to hang out with, because they had this little group and they just drifted around the con and were laughing and doing their own thing. And I remember even talking to Jen Glazer about it. We were like, "Oh, wow, boy, that special guest, they're not getting their money's worth out of them. They're never there." I mean, there was whole days when they were just never there. They just didn't go to the booth at all. And their booth was there to promote their Kickstarter that was funding.
Did you see what John Miller said? She's presenting herself as a life coach and entrepreneur.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So she had a little stint last year. Well, no, actually, it was earlier this year. I'm sorry. Where she went to Bali, and she went to a special mental health workout, whole body, bullshit place there. And she spent like a month. And by the way, I think we looked this up and it's pretty pricey. So somebody paid for this. She didn't pay for it. Somebody paid for this for her. And this place, like, she went through a revelation about herself and had a breakthrough and this and that, realized that she, everybody that she's ever had a relationship with has used her, and she's, just one of those blah blah blah. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. What is she now? She's George Harrison. Okay, fine.
Yes. So by the way, she also talked about in the video too about how she's finally mentally in a good place, because up to now everybody in her life has always taken advantage of her, but she's managed to finally take control of her life. Yada yada yada.
She's never taken advantage of anybody like her quote staff on the Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, because you heard that. I mean, maybe you need to fill everybody on the stories, Eric, because that was ugly when that got out. Who was the person that broke it? It's a name that's familiar to us, and I can't remember her name. Was it Crystal Mazur? Crystal Mazur that came out and said, "Look, I think it was Crystal. Crystal, if you're watching or hear about this and it's not you, let me know." But I'm pretty sure it was Crystal, and she said, "Look, I've been paid and she's not paying other people. And her and Jameson are just acting like assholes. They're basically saying, "Give me this shit," and this and that. And they're not doing anything on their own Kickstarter at all. They're just using all these other people. And then it blew up from there because then everybody started coming out and saying, "Yeah, I did all this work and I didn't get paid." And then the tsunami broke. And do you remember, Eric, when it broke? It broke during Origins when Satine and Jameson were special guests at Origins. It broke that week. And
timing is everything.
Satine celebrated by going to her room and locking herself in her room. Even though she and Jameson were special guests at the con, they distanced. They went to their hotel room, locked themselves in so they wouldn't have to ask any questions, talk to anybody, or do anything. So they basically, once this all started coming out, they disappeared in their room and didn't come out. And then left that Monday or Sunday and got the hell out of town. So
Don says it was the tattoo artist who actually broke the story.
yeah, well, yeah, I think you're right. But I think the tattoo artist was a friend of Crystal's, and Crystal went public with the story because a lot of people, they're getting screwed over. They were like, well, we're too little. Nobody's going to believe us. And he had done a tattoo, I believe, Don, you can correct me if I'm wrong, for Jameson and didn't get paid. And then when she, when he told her about it, she started talking about that and said, well, I didn't get paid either for my work on the Kickstarter. And then the dam broke then.
Oh, yeah.
Get paid either. And by the way, they treat us like dirt, like absolute dirt, like we were their slaves.
Wow.
And, it got really ugly after that. But yeah, it got really bad. Oh man, it was bad. And so yeah, and then they disappear, and then that was pretty much everything, right? The end of their marriage, the end of the Kickstarter, the end of the fulfillment, the end of her career in game conventions. I mean, that was done. They were donezo after that. It was done.
I'm sure Luke is very happy that he closed down the bar at Gary Con to do a faux wedding for people that were already married in preparation for their upcoming divorce. I mean, I'm sure that worked out really well.
He's never going to live that down. Luke
No.
never lived that down. It was, it's so cringy. There was a lot of people that we know, Eric, that were there, and they're still pissed out about it because they had that big open area where the bar is. They closed the bar during the wedding. This is a Saturday afternoon / evening. And It's time to get your drink on. And everybody went to the bar and were informed that, no, we're having a fake wedding here. And because they were already married, you're right, Eric, so it's not a real wedding. So they're having a fake wedding. Nobody can drink. You have to sit here and watch them. And they had, Eric, they had gifts. People had given them gifts, like wedding gifts.
Like gonorrhea?
Well, they may have given that.
Keeps on giving. Yeah.
Here's some penicillin and a Z-Pack for you, just in case.
But, to think that these people already had a wedding, so presumably they already got wedding gifts. It's like a scam. Oh, we're gonna have another wedding, which, by the way, I kind of like it. My wife and I may get married again next year, just so we can get gifts.
And
you're gonna renew your vows.
Yeah, we know our vows and our texts.
So Mike, what do you think the odds are that we're gonna get asked for this redemption tour?
I think the answers are less than zero. If she's ever seen one of Jim's rants on this,
oh my God,
chances are less than zero. She's going to go on Eric, here's what's going to happen. And Don, you could back me up because I think Don probably feels the same way. She's going to go on heavily controlled environments with people that have like 2,000 or 3,000 followers that are going to be happy to get the bounce.
Yep.
Her coming on there. Her people or her are going to give them the questions and say, you can only ask this, and this. You cannot ask me about this, or that. You can't ask me about porn. You can't ask me about this, whatever. And it's just going to be basically me talking for an hour about how I got screwed over. And you guys are going to tut and look sad. And
you're going to like it.
Yeah. And I think that's what her tour is going to be. It's going to be a bunch of controlled environments where she can tell people, hey, here's what you can ask me. Here's what we can talk about. Here's what we're going to say. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know how successful it's going to be because when it comes down to it, she still hasn't fulfilled the Kickstarter, and it doesn't look like it's ever going to be fulfilled.
No, this is literally a stroke job, and she's experienced that. So
take the money and run.
Boy, Eric is going for the low-hanging fruit tonight.
I can't help myself.
Better than this.
I'm sorry. All I said is, what's new?
What What's new, pussycat? Whoa,
Uh,
whoa, whoa.
Who was it? Was it Fugly who wanted to know if Mike had
Yeah.
invoked Ginny D?
Yeah, have you invited Ginny D yet onto the
That-
show?
That lady has so much going on. There's no way we're even on her radar of. I mean, there's no way she would give us the time of day. She is big time. She is big time. There's no way. There is nothing we can do for her. She can only do for us. We can't do for her. There's nothing we can do for her. She can only do for us. So honestly, if that's your equation, if you're that famous to where they can't help you, you can only help them, then you just don't do it. There's no reason to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
But and that's the reason why she's doing this. She means Satine is doing, channels with such low hanging fruit because she knows she can dictate the terms.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely, yes.
Channels like listen, we don't have tens of thousands of subscribers, but you get the unvarnished show here. We do not hold back. There's no payola. There's no bullshit. Well, it's a lot of bullshitting, but not.
Well, we're not getting payola. What am I doing here?
Yeah, I know, Glenn. You're getting screwed, man. You're getting screwed.
Well, Eric, you remember the guy who we had Jared on a few months ago? We did not throw him one single ball, not a one softball for that guy.
And he's the one that wanted to come on the show.
He wanted to come on, and at one point we're like, why are we giving him any publicity? And I think Jim kind of talked us into it. Go, no, I got a rant here that I want to go on. And we're like, okay, you take the lead. And he just absolutely eviscerated Jared, just like, threw a fireball at him and just kaboom. There was ashes.
All right, John. So listen, this is, of course, I don't quite have the Londo Molinari look going, but I'm working on it. This got cut last in May of 2024 for North Texas, and then I haven't gotten it cut since. I'm probably just on the cusp of being able to put it back in a little ponytail.
But and by the way, so my little comment about how we can't do anything for them, they can do for us. We're very lucky to have people like we've had Shadow Dark creator. Oh God, why am I blanking? Kelsey on. We couldn't do anything for her, but she came. She's kick ass, and she wanted to, and she likes Eric and I for some weird reason, and wanted to be on the show. So you do get people like that that are just awesome, and just like, yeah, well, we'll go on. I'll go on your show. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Last time, Glenn Seal.
Yeah.
We can't do anything for Luke, or Alex Hamer, and they've been on the show.
Yeah.
Yes, if you get people that are really good people and nice, and they're just good human beings and good gamers, they will pop on your show just for whatever.
Oh yeah,
right.
But for the most part, most of those streamers and those influencer types, unless you can pay for the review or pay the time or do something for them. If you have what do we have, like 6,000 subscribers, that they're not even going to look at you. They're going to be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, we have 6,730 some odd subscribers, and I'm proud of that number because that number is an honest number.
Great, because we started out with like 50 or 30, but the thing is, like I said, most of these influencers and YouTubers, they want the big numbers, man. They all appear. They're kind of like this incestuous group that all appear on each other's shows to bump each other's numbers, And every once in a while, you'll get somebody that'll just pop in, like I said, to a lower, like a show that only has a few people, and that's really not kind of like the year that Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman showed up for North Texas. I mean, that was bizarre. That was insane. But they showed up as a they wanted to hang out with Larry Elmore. And he was there, so they said, "Okay, yo." By the way, Larry Elmore appearing in our com was insane because he's big time.
Yeah.
But sometimes these guys they're cool. They're just cool people, and everybody that does something like that, I always make a mental note of that person is a good person, and I will always back them and always, have their back when it comes to any discussion. I mean, I know I have for Kelsey. I've seen people online try to rip on Kelsey, and I will come to her defense every time because I'm thinking, she did not have to ever come on our show.
No.
That was ridiculous that she came on our show and talked about stuff for basically over. Remember, she was here longer than an hour.
Yeah.
We talked because she wanted to keep talking. So yes, those people deserve, they deserve their props. People like that, they really do.
Yep. Absolutely.
Mr. Gunn says he's been around since we had less than 1,000 subs.
We look. Our anniversary was sometime in August. I don't never remember what day it is, Eric, that we did Talking Grit. But what has it been? 5 years, 4 years, something like that.
Probably 5 because I guess after 2020, right?
Yeah, we 100. I was excited. I was like, man, we have over 100 people watching us. That's cool. And because that's how low it was at the beginning. It was like 50 people, and then it went to like 100, then
500, then 1,000, 1,500, and then once we hit 15, it started to snowball a bit. So
pretty soon we can. Hey, why don't we do Tenkar Con? Get all those people there. We could rival.
Tenkar.
Central New York is Tenkar Con. Central New York.
Tenkar.
Always Tenkar.
Central New York Con is pretty much Tenkar Con because he's on his home territory for that con.
There you go.
He's in New York.
Spread my wings.
He's in his element there.
True. Is that like where in New York?
Utica.
Roger's in the chat right now. Roger runs that. He does a great job. So
awesome job. So when we got the puppy, we drove through. We're driving up there, and I'm like, I feel like I can go into Central New York Con. I'm like seeing the same landmarks, stopping at the same rest stop.
And
then it's like, hey, we're driving through Utica. We stopped here last time. We're gonna go through it and past it. And when we get talking to the lady with the puppy, she's like, yeah. When I go into this city, I go New York. She goes, no, Utica. She hadn't. She was our age, and she hadn't really. The biggest city she knew was Utica. I was like,
what surprised me about New York when I, got older and started looking around, is that New York's this little dot on the south part of the state. You got this giant part of the state that nobody ever talks about. That's just all, beautiful territory and little towns and all kinds of, just gorgeous part of the city. It's not just New York City. when I was a kid, I had this picture because I used to read Marvel comics and, Fantastic Four and Spider-Man, they're all there. And I figured New York was in the middle of the state, right. It was up the coast, right there on the coast and, and everything there. And you look at a map, you're like, oh no, there's all this area up here where there's there's all kinds of stuff. And how long does it take you to drive to Utica? It's like a few hour drive, right?
Oh, Utica was like 5 hours.
That's crazy. That's like from me going from here to South Austin. And that's a pretty long way. So New York has a lot more than you think if you don't know much about New York. There's a lot of forests and gorgeous, places that aren't New York City. New York City's it's definitely not the whole thing, I'll tell you.
Let me drag cons back into this. Mike, are you going to Wizard Con?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit in this year. Don has invited me, and I would love to support. I do support Wizard Con, but it's a weird time of the year for me. As you know, I like to drive, and it's right on the edge of, is the weather going to be good to drive up north or not? And so I'm going to have to think about it for a while. I'll probably eventually make it there, but
good.
Anytime soon.
Good.
But make it there. I'm having a, look, I think I've taken, and this isn't anything against Gary Con, but I think Gary Con's come off my list at this point. It's too hard to get a room there.
Yep.
The weather is really iffy that time of year. I have been in a blizzard before going up there, and I mean a freaking blizzard. And, it's been cold, it's dumped snow and been cold. And like I said, you can't get a room anymore. It's just, there's a lot of things I think going against Gary Con, and which I like Gary Con a lot. I think it's a fun con, but it's just the wrong time of year and the wrong place for me. So I may fill in that Gary Con with something else, and that may be Wizard Con.
That'd be a nice thing.
Yep. Especially if all my buddies are there, like you guys are all there. So
Yeah, no, WizardCon was a lot of fun, and listen, you get to see Merle. And we saw Tim last year. You get to see a lot of the old timers that you don't always get a chance to see, and that's that's huge.
Yeah, that's cool. I had a good time at EggCon this year because exactly for that reason, because I got to see Alan Hammock and a bunch of other people. Jeff Easley that I usually don't get to see at Archon, and so it was nice to see him again, and also be able to talk to him and hang out with him. And then there's some people like Tom Wom, who obviously doesn't come to Archon. I got to talk to him a little bit, and a few other people, and it was fun to go to another con like that and just hang out and just meet people and talk to people. So
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm really looking forward to meeting people that I don't ordinarily get to talk to,
That's cool.
including people who stopped going to North Texas.
Uh-oh.
what?
Who stops going to North Texas? By the way, before I forget, Agile Monk, thank you for being a member for 8 months. Had channels been around for 8 years. I appreciate the support. Just wanted to throw that out there. Didn't want to forget.
Yeah, WizardCon would be a little it'd be a 2-dayer, just like I do. It's halfway there, 8 hours one day, 8 hours the next day. I could definitely do that.
Yeah, poor child right. California is a breadbasket state. I mean, I've traveled through Central California before. It's alternately fascinating and boring. The boring part is when you're traveling on 101 and you see field after field after field after field. Farmland, just after a while if I'm driving, I'm like that. And that's during the day.
It's like that.
Here too.
Driving from here up to Game Hole, you go through Kansas. Let me tell you, God never invented a more bigger bunch of nothing than Kansas. It's just nothing. I mean, especially when you're on the interstate, which is the tollway, you just head straight up the state almost all the way, and then you take a jog to your east, and there's literally nothing for 3 to 5 hours. You're just driving. Wow. It's just, I mean, you go through the Flint Hills, which are kind of hilly, so it's not all flat. But you go through there, you go, what were the settlers seeing here 150 years ago that made them want to stop here? Good Lord. I mean, there's just nothing here. Not a tree, just nothing. And you're thinking, no wonder settlers used to go these places. They'd go insane during the winter and kill them.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, but what projects has Mike worked on? Well,
books or projects? Well, he does it.
Me?
Mike is one of the main men behind North Texas RPG Con in June in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
He does one of those every year.
Hold on, I'm gonna swap you around there, Mike, so you can show this off.
Tom Wilson and I thought of something a few years ago. We love BX. We have a project called Basic Expert. We take all the Basic Expert modules. There were only 5, by the way, for those who don't know. There's only 5, and we do little add-ons to them. And so far, we've done them all except for Palace of the Silver Princess, which is our next project. But yeah, I've worked on that for the last 4 or 5 years. I
really like the.
Tom said it was time for me to break out and do my own thing. And so
I really like the Isle of Dread one that you guys.
Yeah, we did a good. I think Tom and I did a really. That might be my favorite writing. I actually like the writing in there better. I even like the writing in the one I wrote myself. I thought that. I thought we did a good job on X 1.5. It was pretty good. But I think they're all really good. And so yes, I've done that. But I'm probably known just because I've been in the collecting community a long time. And I was a big time collector at one point. I'm not that much anymore. 20 years ago, I was hot shit. Now I've sold all my shit now, so I'm not a big deal. I had 15 white.
You're lukewarm shit.
Yeah. 15 white boxes.
Damn, I had 3 at one point. I thought that was a lot.
3 down to 3. So.
Well, that'll fund your retirement right there.
One's signed by Gary. It's kind of cool. And the other one.
That's nice.
But yeah, I mean, and then Doug Ray and I started North Texas RPG Con 17 years ago. That's probably what I'm best known for is North Texas.
I
Nothing
would
wrong
say
with
so.
that. Nothing wrong with that.
Good thing to be known for, yes.
So if we can get through the holidays, we'll have cons to go to.
Yeah, we got ShireCon coming up at the end of September.
Oh yeah, that's right on the brink of ShireCon.
And then after ShireCon, I've got a break until TotalCon.
By the way, this weekend ReaperCon is this weekend. I was supposed to go have lunch with Angela Emery, the very famous miniature painter today, and it rained really hard, and then
Later, gun.
I couldn't get in touch with her, and then this and that. And so she just got back to me and said, "Oh my God, I just checked my phone. Sorry, give me a call." But I don't know if I'll go out there tomorrow. But so yeah, ReaperCon's going on this weekend. It's a really fun con. It's up in Denton. It's mostly miniature based though. If you're not into minis, I don't think you'd like it. It's more minis than it is RPG.
All right. So what is Glenn worked on?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. So Glenn has been podcasting for years. Save or Die, Thaco's Hammer still
Thaco's
going
Hammer.
on.
And which is still there, Thaco's Hammer. I just added Radio Grognard. And as far as I am part of the Wizard Tower group right now, trying to get gangbusters going.
He's also known for his art, so you'll find Glenn's art and various products out there in the OSR.
I wrote a couple of scenarios for gangbusters that Don wants to put out, and I'm happy with that. Mark has helped me tremendously with that in that area.
Okay.
Just a gaming raconteur, you know.
Raconteur.
I do
There's
voices and stuff, and you know.
Art. He did this great cover for Torchlight 1.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Which is now on a T-shirt.
Kind of a cartoony style. I like it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I like it. I like it quite a bit. So
Thank you, sir.
Well, it fit the theme, so it was a good spot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I gotta do some more. I'm trying to learn digital art. So ever since you gave me that iPad,
okay.
Got Procreate, and I've been batting that out every once in a while, just playing around with it.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. As Don points out, Glenn's voice work is awesome.
Thank you.
But
Helps being an actor.
Glenn is a thespian, in case you don't know.
Yes. So
you take that back. Oh, sorry. I thought you were cussing at me.
You're a thespian. He is.
I thought you were cussing at me.
He is. Nope. He is a.
And speaking of thespian, I'm trying to decide next weekend if I want to go audition for Fiddler on the Roof again.
Oh,
I already did that show.
Glenn doing Fiddler on the Roof. That's got to be awesome.
Well, yeah. If I can, I'm old. If I can do it,
you have to sing and everything.
Singing, yeah, dance a little, sing a little. You know, sing and dance. Put some seltzer in your pants, that kind of thing.
If I was an old man,
Too late on that.
All day long, I'd fiddle.
We're all old. They're doing the Elephant Man right now. That theater I'm working with.
I am not an animal.
Elephant Man, Glenn, you should do that.
That's weird. They've been doing some weird stuff. They did earlier this year. They did Little Shop of Horror. Just unusual stuff, which is fun. So anyway, but that's what I use for my gaming. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like to GM all the time.
There you go.
I like to play a cast of thousands.
He has a lot. He gets a lot of kudos for his games he runs, because he does do all the voices and all the cool stuff. So,
and they all come to Mike for some reason and tell him that. I never hear it.
Glenn did a great game, but they don't tell Glenn he did a great game.
Yeah, we got to keep him humble. Yeah, okay.
Won't tell Glenn he did a great game. They come back, man, I was in a Gangbusters game with Glenn. He was awesome.
Well, you know what's funny is last year I was passing by the reg desk, and I forget who was working there. This one gal, and she said, "I watched you do you're all laid back and kind of laid back while there, but in Ghostbusters, man, you're fooling everybody because you really get into it." And I said, "But I don't understand why you're so laid back and stuff." I said, "I'm not laid back. I'm tired."
I'm old and tired,
I'm
man.
tired.
I can
And
only
gaming
keep
is the
running
only
at a
time
certain level for so long. Then I got to
I do a game like that for a few hours and I go take a nap.
I got to shift down.
Glenn, I'm sure I've asked you this before. I know I've asked this. Have you run Tune, and do you like running Tune, the RPG Tune?
I
Like you
have
would be a
I have run Tune.
uh,
It's been at least 30 years or so since this is back in the California cons. But I have not run it here. I've helped Tim Snyder run a
Yep,
Tune
you
game.
did.
That was fun. Eric was in it. Rach was
Yep.
in it. But no, I haven't run Tune. Every year I take the Tune book with me. It's like maybe this year. Maybe this year. And I never get around to doing it. I mean, I'm surprised I fit that Ghostbusters game in this year.
Tune is one of those games that you really, really, really have to have the right game master.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, it's a disaster. But if you do, it's magic. It's absolutely
Chef's kiss.
yes. But if you don't, it can get really bad. It's a really terrible game without the right game master.
Yeah.
Because you're basically role playing a cartoon.
Yeah,
and,
that's what it is.
yes. You're role playing a cartoon. And if it's done right, I've seen some freaking hilarious.
Oh yeah, God! Tim's D&D parody tune. Oh man, that was hilarious. I wasn't even playing it, and I thought it was hilarious. It was weird. I walked by, and he said, "Glenn, come here." He says, "Sit here." I said, "I'm not in the game. But I want you to help me. I want you to be the support, some of the supporting cast and stuff." So, oh, you want me to co-GM? No, I want you to help me. Okay, so I sat there next to him like an idiot and just watch all you guys go to town. It was great. People, you really got to have Tune takes a lot of energy. Okay.
Yeah.
I will even say so far as Ghostbusters also takes a lot of energy because I love the games where the IP is so strong that everybody gets it at the table and they act accordingly.
The thing about Tune is, if you watch cartoons, especially the best stuff, the Looney Tunes stuff, Tom and Jerry, anything can happen, but there's always an internal consistency,
Yeah.
And that's one thing that's hard to do when you're doing a role-playing game about cartoons, because you have to say, okay, anything can happen, but we're going to have an internal consistency here. You can't blow up the world, or there's certain I'm going to rein you in, but rein you in a way that's going to still make sense, because that's what cartoons are. Look, Bugs Bunny doesn't always. I mean, Bugs Bunny gets his ass kicked sometimes, right?
All you need is a strong premise. On the other side of the coin, my friend Doc Cross, who would every year at DundraCon would run like Friday night or Thursday or Friday, the first night or before the first night, would run a Tune game. That's usually the only Tune game he runs every weekend. But people are fighting to get in that game.
Oh man!
And you know what he does? Last time I played it. Tune is Steve Jackson games, by the way. Last time I played it, it's like he just looked at the tables in the back of the book and rolled up some stuff and came up with an adventure. That was it.
Needs a premise. Yeah, you just need a premise.
Yeah. He rolled, okay, here's the people doing it. Here's what's going on. Okay, let's go.
The Widow Douglas has an apple pie. You guys want it, and you guys want it. Go.
There you go.
You
I mean, we've done games. I've been in a cyberpunk parody before, believe it or not. And I always end up playing established characters. I think the first one I ever played was Daffy Duck. And that was fun. I played him. I played Ren and Stimpy. I played Pinky and the Brain. The best one was that cyberpunk parody because I got to play Wile E. Coyote as a solo. And the whole thing was we were supposed to capture Ronald McDonald. Was it Ronald McDonald? Yeah, for like one of the rival fast food chains. And I was coming up with these elaborate plans that would never work.
Right, of course.
But, we had a ball. We didn't care. And you can't die in the game. That has a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't die in Tune. No. No.
I saw a game once at a con. It was so great because one guy had a character like Tigger. He bounced on his tail.
Uh-huh.
His power was he could bounce high as he wanted to bounce, depending whatever. And then another guy's power was something along the lines of he could grow really tall or grow big or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So they had to do some task where they both got the same thing, and the guy started bouncing and the guy started growing. They ended up on the moon. It was so I say that, but it was so freaking hilarious.
Oh, that's
Where the game sponsor goes, okay, so you guys are on the moon now because you've had to bounce so high and you've grown so high that you're both on the moon. And then everybody was just dying laughing. Like I said, it's hard to make it funny, but it was so much funny at the time there because it was just ridiculous. This guy can bounce as high as he wants.
oh yeah.
Grow as high as he wants. So you're like bounce, grow, bounce, grow, bounce. And they're
You
just
probably the guy probably grew so much the bounce
Oh.
guy would get on his shoulder and just go.
It was ridiculous, but that's a good tune game. It's kind of like a good paranoia game, right?
It's
I mean,
worth
you can
its weight in gold.
paranoia games are better than others, obviously, but a great paranoia game is it's hilarious.
But I think I'm always going to be known at least North Texas as the gangbusters guy.
Oh yeah.
Those are not the easiest adventures for me to come up with, but I do manage to come up with them.
No.
WizardCon, I want to come up with a new one that I will probably run in North Texas if I go.
And that's the thing too, right? Because when it comes to fantasy or even science fiction, there's a lot of examples to use for influence. But when it comes to things like gangbusters, you don't have a lot of examples that aren't, unless it's a straight out trope.
I've got a whole movie section worth of examples.
You do,
but they're
the
not
average
always.
person does not.
Yes, but still, I still have trouble. So
All right.
Anyway.
I'm just trying to give credit where credit is due.
I also run Hyperborea. Yay! But yeah, my best Hyperborea game I got off an old spaghetti western. It was great. Spaghetti westerns are fun.
Yeah.
Westerns can fit any genre too, which is awesome.
Yeah, westerns just you're stuck for an idea for a D&D. Go watch a western.
I mean, it's become a trope now. There's some great science fiction things that are basically westerns in space, and everybody knows it. Wink, wink, like
Firefly.
It's a western in space. We know it, but
Yeah. Mandalorian is basically a spaghetti western.
Yeah, Mandalorian's definitely a western space. Yes.
Yeah, it's great, absolutely great. Anyway,
Glenn,
I talk more about me than I ever have, so I'm going to shut up.
Speaking of movies, extremely briefly, I have got the DVD set up upstairs where the TV is nobody uses, and I'm working my way through the movies you sent me because you have been so generous to send me a
Oh, you're welcome.
gigantic box of movies the last year, and I watched Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas Criterion Edition the other night, which I had the Depp version. I'd never seen the Johnny Depp version. I'd only seen Where the Buffalo Roam with Bill Murray, and that was interesting. It was not what I expected. I really the book's one of my favorite books of all time. I did not enjoy it as much as I thought I would.
The movie or the book?
The movie, because what's written down is one thing, but when it's shown, these guys look like absolute idiots, and it's really mean-spirited. Some of the stuff they do is extremely mean-spirited. When you're reading the book, you're laughing.
Yeah.
When you actually see people doing it in the movie, you're like, God, those guys were assholes. Hunter S. Thompson, the lawyer, and his lawyer, I can't remember the name of the real person. It's based on a real person.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Gonzo.
A-holes.
Yeah.
So,
well,
it's a
listen to the commentaries.
See, I haven't, because I did watch some of the making of stuff, and it was really interesting. Like I didn't know that Bill Murray talked to Depp before, because but I didn't know this. Playing Hunter S. Thompson pretty much almost put Bill Murray in the loony bin, and I didn't. But Where the Buffalo Roam, because getting into the persona of Hunter S. Thompson is
hard.
Yeah, it's hard, and so he basically warned Depp and said, "Don't. I know you like to method act this stuff. Don't get too close into it. Because."
Well, he spent. Well, was it what did Depp spend 4 months with Thompson
Yes, he lived with
before the show?
his
But
his cigarette holder. I didn't know all that either. That was cool. They talked about that.
There's 3 commentaries on there. The third one you're going to love because it's Hunter S. Thompson himself commenting on the film.
I got to watch that one then.
Sat down with the producer of the film, and they were back and forth, and he was like, "I'm just here to keep these fuckers straight," that kind of thing.
But I'm working my way through there, Glenn. I'm letting you know.
You have fun.
Get that.
Nobody else is watching with you?
No, kids nowadays, unless the movie was made, they don't want to see anything black and white. First of all, they don't want to see anything. They don't know who the people are, And I'm like, well, Johnny Depp was in Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, by the way, we had a Pirates of the Caribbean marathon. We watched every Pirates of the Caribbean.
Cool.
That's cool.
The kids would watch something like that, but I don't know if I want them to watch.
What about the wife?
No, she would have. Oh my God, I can't tell you how much she would have hated Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Because
no, I mean, does she ever watch movies with you in there? Or?
It's like, once again, she does not like black and white old stuff. She likes new things, color, whatever. I'll show her something like really cool, like Casablanca or something like that, and she's like, it'd been better if it was colored. I'm like, oh.
The last thing I watched with anybody was my grandson, Gage. I showed him This Is Spinal Tap.
There you go.
I said, "Oh, you like Spinal Tap? What's that?" It's a movie. You're a metalhead and you never watched This Is Spinal Tap? And I sat him down and made him watch Spinal Tap. He loved it.
So,
Monty Python, like the Holy Grail. That was one of the ones we watched. But I tried to get her into film noir and explained it, and she could not understand. She understood it. She just didn't understand why these men are destroying themselves. I said, because it's the femme fatale. They get sucked into it. She's like, I don't understand.
They get involved in stuff they're not supposed to.
Right. Basically. If he just walked away 30 minutes of the movie, it would have had a happy ending. But the guy has to stay there and get screwed over. Like that's what film noir is about, is guys making horrible decisions, terrible decisions.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good detective stories in there too.
Yep. We watched Double Indemnity, and she's like, well, I don't understand this, and this. I said, yeah, but the point is that didn't happen. This is what happened. These people thought they could, out all the cops and everybody else, and they end up all dying. Everybody dies at the end because they're not.
This one I still have to sit down and watch.
Which one?
Smokey and the Bandit.
Never
seen it.
I saw. You've never seen it?
That's why I have it here. I got a 4K version.
It's not that great. I saw it again recently. I hadn't seen it in years. It's a matter of fact, a lot of it's really cringy now. But I'm going to tell you what, Jackie Gleason is freaking hilarious in that movie.
That's why I'm watching.
He is hilarious. He chews up scenery like he's munching on a barrel of Tic Tacs. He's just like.
When I first heard about this movie, it's like, Gleason, I thought he was retired. But man, I've seen clips, and I love Gleason anyway.
Probably was the best part of the movie always. And I tell you what, after watching it again for the first time, I don't know, 25 years, he's still the best part of that movie. Everything else, Sally Field is meh. Burt Reynolds is meh. Jerry, what's his name?
Reed.
Yeah, he's meh. But Gleason is mwah. He's he is so fucking hilarious.
Oh man. I also have Caddyshack here. I've never seen.
Anything but one. Don't just watch one. Just pretend like all the other Smokies don't exist. You don't want to see anything else.
I've never seen Caddyshack either. I have a Blu-ray of it. So hey, there I am.
So Chronicles is Dragons of Autumn Twilight, Dragons of Winter Night, and Dragons of Spring Dawning.
Oh, the three, yeah, the big three.
This is on sale for $18.51 at Amazon.
That's
Don showed it to me yesterday. I couldn't believe the value. Don got a signed copy for his $18.51. I did not. Don't expect a signed copy.
What?
I didn't. But it is. I'll reread it. I haven't read this in I don't know.
By the way, you'll reread
35, 40 years.
You'll be cringing a little bit too, going.
Oh, I expect to. I expect to cringe, but that's okay. The affiliate link will work whenever.
Sure.
And again, I do appreciate it. But Don showed that to me, and I was like, and because all my old TSR paperbacks were all falling apart because I would read them, I'd loan them out to guys in my gaming group. You get them back, they weren't collectibles. They weren't going to keep them. And by the way, Spinal Tap. This is Spinal Tap. If you're out in the New York, Long Island area, East Meadow Library is going to be having This is Spinal Tap playing, I believe, this Saturday. A week from tomorrow, it's going to be playing. I do believe at the look it up on their website. I saw it driving by it today. I was like, "This is Spinal Tap."
And by the way, Spinal Tap 2, the end continues.
Yeah, I'm hearing about that.
Starring the original stars. 40 years later, they're all still alive and kicking in there, and Rob will be there too. It's going to come out, and I think September. It's coming out in September. So it's coming out September 12th. Only a couple weeks.
Is that in the theaters?
Yeah.
That sounds like something you see streaming.
Oh, it's coming out.
Coming out to the theaters.
For guests, Michael.
They re-released This is Spinal Tap around July 4th.
Yep.
For like a weekend.
It's been in this thing's been in development like 20 years. They kept saying, "Oh, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it."
They even got Rob Reiner back.
It has cameos by Paul McCartney, Elton John, and Garth Brooks. It's got like I said, the same stars as before. You know what? I don't know what to think. I seen the trailer. I'm thinking, it's all okay. It's all right. It looks to me from the trailer, a lot of it's going to be improv. Well, like the first one was, by the way.
Yeah.
Is Rob Reiner directing it? I wonder.
Yes, he's directing it and starring it.
Yeah.
It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I still have that on VHS tape. Oh my God, how old am I?
Crossing fingers, it'll still be funny because, like I said, I don't know. I saw the trailer. I'm like, it's all right.
Hey, Folkley's having a problem with the North Texas website.
Shocking. So first of all, make sure you're on the 2026 site because sometimes it takes you to 2025. In that case, it just will take you in a loop. But if it says what it's saying, that means that maybe Gary has to look at it before it goes any farther. So you just if you don't hear back from Gary by, I don't know, it's Labor Day weekend, by Tuesday or so, go IM him.
Yeah, the 2026 site. The only site that's up is the NorthTexasRPGCon.com, which Google shows you talking about the 2026 site.
Go to tabletop events.
But when you go to it, it doesn't go nowhere.
Yeah, if you go to the tabletop events, that's where you need to go to. And tabletop events, make sure you're at the 2026 convention.
All right, 2026 does not show up yet in.
Tabletop events. It is there.
Oh, I found it. Didn't show. It wasn't showing up in the Google search, but I do got it. I'll drop it in the chat.
Mike, are the room rates ready?
No, nothing's ready yet. We haven't got the hotel. The rooms are not ready to rent yet, so no.
Okay.
They are not. It is not set up yet.
Thank you. I needed to know that.
Still like 8 or 9 months, guys.
Because I'm gonna have pretty soon. I'm gonna have Jason on my butt.
We gotta wait.
Well, you got a room yet? Hey, you got a room yet?
Listen, you have to remind Jason to register for the fucking con early enough that he can, get his badge. All right, I love the man. All right, but I'm not. He needs a personal secretary to take care of this. Just saying.
If I go next year, I'll probably be flying solo because I don't know.
Don't pull this. If I go, shit, I don't want to hear this.
Mike will go to fucking Oklahoma and drive your ass there.
We will make it so you attend. So don't give me this shit.
Yeah, don't.
Mwah.
Well, we'll talk after. We'll talk.
Well, it also kind of eases it with the wife,
Well, you know what? We'll talk off the air. We may have a special guest slot for you again, Glenn. So just assume that you're going to attend. I can't. Right. I can't tell the grade.
All right.
I can't tell the grade.
Tentatively, I will say I will attend. How about that?
How nice Fuqua was trying to set up to Ginny D.
No, your plus ones are Jenny D. So
Oh, sorry, but you've got a king size bed. No two doubles. So you gotta have
Well,
two.
Jenny's married. Be careful here. She's married.
I
No,
can use
Glenn.
2 doubles, a couple of doubles, you know.
Mm.
Hey, wait.
Uh,
I didn't know she was married. How did you find this out, Mike? How deep a research are you doing?
She looks too young to be married.
It's on her video. She's not super young anymore. She's been doing. She's been doing this a long time, like 10 years. She started in her mid-20s or early 20s. So
Hey, I'm no gamer. YouTube ain't my first rodeo either. So
early videos, she looked like she's 12 years old because she looked really young when she was in her early 20s.
you got that. You do the wigs and the hair stuff. You tend to skew younger.
Look at us. We
Look
know.
at
Look at Satine. Oy.
I gotta do the wig.
Yeah, but that's another thing we watch. Well, if you watch the Satine video, it appears like she's aged exponentially. So, I mean, she's done a lot of work. You can tell she's been working out. She's been eating the right things, putting the makeup on, but she's aged.
She's no spring chicken, is what you're trying to say.
No, she's not a spring chicken.
Pretty soon I'll call her the RPG grandma.
Oh.
What?
I don't think that RPG Grandma wants to be associated with Satine.
Oh, you're right, and I don't blame her.
You just reminded me. Another part of her video is saying how she wanted to start a family and Jameson didn't, and we're all happy that never happened. Thank goodness. But,
Oh my God! Can you imagine, Mom? Johnny at school was watching porn, and he says he saw you on. Well. Just be sure that if he participates in such activities, he does it safely. I always made sure that I was using protection in those videos.
You were an accident.
Agile Monk, you're right. I'm being mean-spirited. I don't like to make fun of people's looks. So
yeah,
you're right. She look, for her age, she looks great. She looks good.
Okay, I'll give her that.
But she's still a fraud. That doesn't mean she's not a fraud.
Okay,
you can be a fraud at any age.
It doesn't mean that she's not. You don't roll. Your eyes aren't going to roll back in your head because you'll be like,
yes, RPG Grandma is awesome.
She is.
She's the bestest.
More RPG should have grandmas.
Oh yeah.
More cons should have grandmas.
By the way, guess what I got to do this week? My grandson's in town. He's back from Middle East, and he's got 3 months off. Because of family time, and I got to hang out with my great grandson.
Oh what? Oh God! Now I'm old.
Great grandson, my grandson. And so
wow,
it was awesome. It's so awesome. So that was fun.
Congratulations! That's great. 3 generations there.
No, it's cool because I mean, my grandson. We were having lunch and we're just telling stories to his wife, and because she hasn't heard all the stories, because I basically raised him from age 1 through about 7 or 8. He lived in our house, and so we did everything together, and so she loved hearing the stories, man. So she thought that was hilarious, me telling the story. So we were telling all the stories about growing up and this and that. So it was fun. It's really fun when your kids you can interact with them like adults, know. And then if they have kids and you get grandkids, that's super fun, because then it's like having the kids but not having all the responsibility.
That's right.
Oh, you want ice cream and candy bars for dinner? Hell, here you go.
I'll spoil you, but
why not?
You change this.
I should talk. Gage is 21. I might be a great grandfather soon. I don't know.
Uh-oh. Well, you might, because mine had his when he was 21. So you may be in that area. You never know. Hopefully,
I love his girlfriend, because she keeps him in line. She wants to come next year, and we'll have to introduce to Layla. And she is like, Gage said, we'll be together for 10 years and then we'll marry. She said, 10 years? How about 3?
You can't wait that long for great grandkids.
Yeah. But she was like, no, we're going to work on that with him. Me and my family. Her family loves him, so it's like, we're just going to work on him. Like,
you know what, Glenn, you did a great job, though, because the kid loves to role play. He loves playing. He has a great time doing it, and so you did it right. You did a good job there.
I have 6 grandkids, and he's the one where gaming took. And I'm glad I started him on the OSR stuff. I started him on AD&D First Edition, or the Rules Cyclopedia. We were playing that for a while, and then he found out about 5e, and
It was all downhill.
yeah.
Well,
but what I like about it is he can still. I mean, he does 5e and stuff, but he'll still play the old ones. You know,
he was
It's
in my
great.
B1 game, right? We did the
He
B1
was.
game. He loved it, or he was good at it. He had a fun time.
His purple head is still in the entrance of the cave.
He's still a one of the funniest sessions I had, because he went to the room of pools and decided he was going to drink something from every pool.
Yeah.
Which nobody's ever done that. I've run that game. I swear, Glenn, I've run that scenario 100 times, and nobody's ever gone to the room of pools wanting to drink every pool in there.
Yeah, he doesn't just want to jump into them. He wants to drink them.
To drink, and some of them were poisonous. He had to save or die.
Oh, wow.
I mean, one was dry ice. He's trying to swallow dry ice. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Oh, man, I was sitting there. How did I miss that? Oh, well. Anyway, wow. It's we've been on 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's getting to be the witching hour. And
there's something I wanted to ask you, Eric, about one of your videos, and we got sidetracked. The latest Diamond video.
Right.
Have they determined if they are actually selling material? Because what I read is they think they may have sold up to $1.3 million worth of.
Oh yeah, and then there's also I think you might have seen this too, and I just did a quick glance at it. There's an update from Green Ronin. Now, maybe you didn't see this one. There's an update from Green Ronin.
Yeah.
That basically Green Ronin was hoping this would all be decided quickly, and by the way, in their favor. And it's going to play out at least until October.
Yeah. Well, they wanted to have stock for Gen Con. That didn't happen. So
yeah, and they're not going to have it for anything coming up either.
Right.
So it's taking a long time to play out. But yeah, so it looks like the company that, remember, there's Diamond that's bankrupt, and there's Diamond that got bought out by Populum or whatever the heck it is.
Yeah.
So there's it's like old Diamond and new Diamond, and new Diamond apparently is selling off stock that they don't have rights to.
Looting the warehouses.
Yeah.
We had how some of these people online, why are they selling this stuff so cheap? That may be our answer, Eric.
Yeah.
Because they may have just dumped that stuff at way below cost just to get it out quick. Because I think they want to sell it quick before anybody does any investigations or tells them they can't. So you better just, you got to stop.
And here's the thing, too. So basically, old bankrupt Diamond is making a complaint that the company, the corporation that bought out their, quote, assets is selling off assets that should be owned by bankrupt Diamond to pay off their creditors.
Yes.
So, and by the way, the 1 point whatever that's been sold, the money, they're not cutting checks to these companies.
No, where's that money going? It's almost
it's like hot potato. Whoever gets caught with the potato, I guess it's my. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty scuzzy. I will say that.
Pretty. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, that's
They're still trying to pay it off. Wow.
Really.
And they can't, and they've got like 100 copies of Witch's Mountain they can't get rid of. How are they
my God. They should have that filling up their fucking warehouse.
Oh man.
I heard you run a copy, didn't you, Mike?
Glenn, I don't know if you had seen that we were talking about that. If you look on eBay right now, there's a bunch of Marvel omnibuses that usually sell for about $100 or so. They're on sale for $30 and $40, and people have been asking, where did that stock come from? Because we're talking multiple copies. Like these sites have like 30, 40, 50 copies, which is just way over the top. And look, wholesale is 33%. So the cheapest they could be getting these things wholesale is $30 or $40.
Wow.
For them to be selling $30, $40 means they're getting them.
Yeah, they're getting them at less than cost.
just free.
They have
Basically
to.
free.
They have to be.
So there was speculation that maybe this is the result of the new diamond, as Eric says. They're just dumping this stuff on the market just to get some cash for it. Which I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Get the cash flow going.
It looked pretty bad. It looks pretty bad, but like I said, there's a lot of really expensive stuff up there really cheap on eBay right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, here we are.
So as today's been going on, by the way, we're going to just tariff update. So because of the removal of the minimus exemptions, a lot of countries have stopped shipping packages to the U.S. because it went into effect today. And then one of the federal appeals courts ruled against Trump's tariffs, but then stayed their own decision, so it can go to the Supreme Court. So, the tariff thing is still playing out. I've got no real horse in this race. Just it affects our industry on little ways. So just throwing it out there so folks are updated.
I'm going to suggest, Eric, that people don't buy overseas for the next few months because
you're going to be surprised.
What happen is you'll get a package and there'll be a surcharge depending on what the value of the package is, anywhere from $8 to, I think it can go up to $100, but the $8 to $20 range. Mm-hmm. The United States Postal Service will demand money right there. That they will say, here's your package. There is a tariff on this of $20. I need to be paid by check. And you will have to write them a check because they will not accept cash and they do not accept credit cards, the postman. They will accept a check only. And just don't do it. You're just going to have, look, if you go to eBay and you want to buy stuff, there's a button you can click that says North America only, or actually don't even click that one. USA only. And I buy CDs overseas. I am not going to, and there's some really good collections that are only available in Japan or other countries. I'm just going to have to go cold turkey for a while because I am not going to take.
But folks, before you get, other countries have a VAT tax. So when you're getting stuff from the United States, they're getting, that's coming with money due too. So there's all, it goes in all directions. It's not one person slapping their penis out and going. Everybody's doing it.
So it took effect today.
The minimum,
I remember last time we did
exemption took effect today. So
last time we did Triple D with Glenn on there, he sent us copies of the current thing he did.
Right.
Did he get right under the wire?
He got it under the wire.
Okay.
So it used to be anything under 800 was exempt. There's nothing exempt. Nope. Now, and I mentioned this in the video I did earlier on this today. My belief, I have nobody on speed dial, but my belief is that the minimus exemption being killed is for the benefit of companies like Amazon, who were losing business to Temu and other companies like that shovel what we used to call shovelware software. Basically, they were selling shit for extremely low prices at no competition. So now this is slowing some of that crap down. Do I agree with it? I don't buy Temu shit, so I don't know.
I saw an interview today from a guy who sells scrubs in the United States. He makes them in the United States, sells them. He cannot compete overseas. It's impossible. He can't. But guess what? Now he can. So I'm just saying the two sides of the story, because he said that this has been an absolute boon to his business. Because the tariffs everybody buys their scrubs from China. Now with the tariffs associated, he can actually match prices, and he's here in the U.S. So if they want scrubs, they don't have to. They pay the same price, but they don't have to wait 6 to 12 weeks. They can get it the next day. And he says this has been, God bless tariffs. This has been an absolute boon to my. So it's not just, oh my God, this sucks. We're now we got stuff. There's some American sellers in there that are like, finally.
Well, okay, Wizard Tower Games with Gangbusters. Don found his own source of paper in this country.
Yep.
He prints his own books. He's going to make a fortune.
You know. By the way,
it's-
Fugan says tariffs are exempted on printed and digital / CD materials. I don't know. I know a lot of game companies I saw on social media were ones that were all printing like board games and other stuff. So yeah, maybe RPGs are a little exempt, but
board games are going to be tough because almost all board games get printed overseas, and
Yeah.
that's going to be a tough
Yeah.
one. But yeah, I printed the basic expert stuff, the stuff that Tom Wilson does, all printed in the United States. I mean, a lot of Frog God Games stuff used to be United States only.
Yep.
And you know, it sucks. I mean, the article I was reading was really interesting because it was saying, like, you know what? We really went through a kind of a golden age for about 15, 20 years where you could get this stuff really, really cheap overseas. And it was almost like you were cheating, right? You're cheating, getting this stuff.
cheat code.
And the thing is, the cheat code's gone now. Sorry.
Yep.
You're going to pay what the item is going to go for. You're not getting it cheap anymore. And, you know, I'm looking at it as, well, maybe it'll help some local guy or a United States publisher and or seller. Man, maybe this kind of levels the playing ground for them. You know, just trying to find a silver lining for stuff being so expensive from overseas. But I'm like Eric. I don't really have a lot of dog in this fight because I don't really see stuff. So
Double Deuce is right.
I told my wife
the support network.
my wife's got.
Yeah.
She told her to be careful with the T-Moon.
Oh yeah. Oh.
All right, folks, we're gonna wrap this up. I mentioned earlier my daughter-in-law is visiting, so I gotta be sociable.
You got to play host.
Yeah.
I gotta play right now. She's playing with the doggy.
Oh, the little doggy.
The little doggy is we took her to the vet.
Kind of
Beginning
wish
of the
I
month.
could go. Kind of wish I could go see it again. I want to see
Yeah.
that new little doggy.
She was 5.2 pounds beginning of the month. Now she's 7.2 as of earlier this week, and that's what they wanted. They wanted her to put on some weight.
Mm-hmm.
She'll come in around 10 to 12 pounds.
Well, she's a growing youngin.
She's a youngin'.
Uh-huh.
Folks, real quick notes. Live stream tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Gamers Health, myself, my wife, Rach. 7 p.m. on Rumble. Inappropriate Characters re-rolled.
This
That's
is
once a month.
Inappropriate Characters Week.
Yeah. So that's Ryan David and Graham Jim Desborough and myself. I'm like
Someday I'll crash that party.
we'll bring Glenn in one day. Definitely.
Or as I call it, the cop, the commie, and the commentator.
Oh, 3 C's.
The 3 C's.
C.
Him in Riot.
Again, if you want to pick up Dragonlance Chronicles, it's on Amazon for $18.51. Spot on. Thank you, Don, for pointing that out. Otherwise, be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well.
Listen to Thicko's Hammer. Good night, folks.
North Texas down below. And we'll catch you all later. And you'll see Mike and I Wednesday with Jim.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.